To see or not to see. To see or not to see. Join the rush line, play the lottery, or pay full price, because it's the best show you'll see. To see or not to see. Hey there, coming to you talking about Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812.
It's a Broadway musical, and it's playing at the Imperial Theater. It's 2.5 hours long, and tickets start at $59, but they also have rush tickets for $39. Natasha is a beautiful ingenue visiting Moscow while she waits for her beloved fiancé Andre to return from the war. In a moment of indiscretion, she is seduced by the dashing but already married Anatoly, and her position in society is ruined. Her only hope lies with Pierre, the only outsider whose love and compassion for Natasha may be the key to her redemption and to the renewal of his own soul. This show is a 70-page slice out of War and Peace, and it kind of felt like just a little snippet as far as plot was concerned. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought the plot was a little thin. It didn't really warrant 2 hours and 30 minutes for me. It wasn't super compelling. I did like the way that the full cast of several dozen people came and integrated themselves within the audience and often danced by you
and played
got you involved in what they were doing, so that was great. There was a lot of hype around it for me because a lot of friends saw it and said, oh my god, you're gonna love it. I didn't quite walk away with that feeling. I thought it was a nice show, but it wasn't one that I was head over heels about.
Well, I was head over heels for this lighting in this show, and it did get a Tony Award for it, and the lighting designer was Bradley King, and I mean, it was just fabulous the way the lights like came down and like got closer to you, and they really kind of were a character in the show, which was great. So the set was really amazing. As Emily mentioned, the way they had it staged where some audience members were actually sitting on stage, phenomenal. And the costumes are great too. I saw a little costume snafu that, you know, wasn't quite fixed in the way I would have liked it to be, but I mean, overall the energy of the show was really good. I love the performances. Actress Danae Benton, who is the reason I wanted to see it, I was like, wait, who is this young beautiful girl playing this lead role in a non-traditional show? So I really want to go check it out, and I appreciated her performance very much.
I saw it with Oak playing Pierre. PM saw it with Josh Groban. There was a bit of controversy that happened after Josh Groban left the show. Oak, who originated the role of Mulligan in Hamilton, came in to assume the role. Then he was asked to step aside for another actor.
For Mandy Patinkin, because he was on a break and he has a larger name. So the producers weren't happy with the way the sales started to decline when Oak was coming in to replace Josh Groban, of course, who has this huge following outside of the Broadway world. So you shouldn't expect, you know, the performers to compete the same way. And basically it just became a big mess.
It was very messy. People were upset that an actor of color was being asked to step aside for a white actor. And it ended up that neither of the men are going to play that role before the show is set to end. The creator of the show is coming back to play the role. His name is Dave Malloy. It's too bad that happened. It's messy. I feel like karma kind of came back and bit them.
It did, and it's unfortunate because, you know, at first everyone was behind this show because they were stepping outside of the box and kind of getting on the Hamilton train, so to speak, like being very inclusive and featuring people from all different walks of life. But then when it came to the lead role, it became, the lead male role anyway, it became an issue. So that's unfortunate. Production-wise, I really enjoyed this show. Again, the plot line was a little thin. There was even a part where Natasha was supposed to be running away with her lover, but she didn't change her clothes. She was still wearing night clothes. I'm like, ma'am, where are your outside clothes? So, you know, it kind of fell apart a little bit on that end. But overall, I like the production experience.
Overall, I give the show 3.25 stars out of 5. I thought it was a decent show. If you have extra money and you're really just looking to take in a show before it closes, I would recommend you see it. But otherwise, I just felt that there are other things on Broadway that are stronger right now.
If you're trying to build your Broadway repertoire again, I would suggest that you see it, just because I feel like it's one of the shows that's going to be a part of the canon. You know, something that you will want to have experienced.
And want to say, oh, I saw it.
Exactly.
I'm definitely glad that I saw it so that I can
Yeah.
say I experienced it.
And got to see Danae. Like, I loved her.
And how many stars?
I would give it 3.5 stars.
Great. Thanks for tuning in. To see or not to see.